And welcome back to the Bombastic Few podcast, episode number 7. You know, that's my 8th favorite prime number. Moving on, so we're on every podcast source we know of, in addition to now adding iHeartRadio. So if you're a fan of our iHeartRadio, you can go there to find our podcast. And today we're going to be doing something a little special again. We have our second guest, Taylor. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right. That was a good podcast answer.
Didn't expect that.
Yep. First
feel like
female
she
on the
rehearsed that
podcast.
a
We're
few
very
times.
progressive, forward-thinking here.
Did Brent make you say that?
No, I didn't know what else to say.
All right.
Blink twice. Blink twice if yes.
All right. Well, there are other two guests, they're guests. Basically, I let them on a lot of times.
Whatever.
But
Okay,
other hosts,
man.
you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Daniel.
I might be Lindsay
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually pretty accurate.
When you're done hijacking my intro, today's segments, we're going to have a BuzzFeed quiz again, not actually from BuzzFeed, but I like the name. We're going to have a hypothetical, because what's a podcast without a hypothetical? That is actually going to be the slogan of this podcast. I can't get the others to start saying it, though. And then also, we're going to have a crazy current event. And so first, we're going to start out with a quick interview. Lindsay?
Yep, we're going to be interviewing our guest today, and we have a few questions. You ready, Taylor?
Yep.
All right, the first one we got is, if you had to choose one season to be present all year, which one would you choose?
Fall all the way.
Why is that?
I don't like the extremes. So winter's too cold, summer's too hot. In the spring there's like hella allergies, but the fall is pretty.
Sweatshirt weather?
Oh yeah, sweaters.
All right, next one. I would agree, by the way. If you had to eat just one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Salad. Because
Oh, my gosh.
anything could be a salad.
I love salad.
What do
so
you mean
I don't
anything
play
could be
here.
a salad?
There's potato salad. There's like pasta salad.
Can I make
Fruit salad?
a
Fruit
Reese's
salad.
of pizza and
Yeah,
goodness?
Sure.
I don't know what the definition of a salad is, but like to me a salad is just a whole bunch of things like in a bowl. So like as long as it's not put together like a sandwich, like you literally throw everything like taco salad.
Okay.
That's a salad.
Taco salad. Yeah.
I think she hacked into my questions because that's a very good answer.
She knows too much.
All right. What is the longest length of time that you've been awake for?
Oh man. Like with or without hallucinating.
Between sleep cycles.
Oh, between what? Okay. I'd say like 2 days.
2 days.
Wow. That's
Shoot.
insane.
Get your 8 hours. Also, all
Yeah.
these questions are from randomlist.com.
Not all of them. Half of them are.
Oh, half of them.
What is your favorite comedian?
Brent.
Yes! I didn't prompt her to say that, but I just sat in
But
silence.
she's sitting next to you.
Which is exactly what you would say if you had prompted her to say that.
Yeah.
There's
How
no
much
evidence.
money did you pay her?
Oh, I should get paid for that. You're right.
$30 has already been transferred to your account.
Oh, thank you. Perfect.
All right, next question.
You're getting paid?
I wish I was getting paid. All right. Cappuccino or frappuccino?
Black coffee? Question
I
mark.
don't even know what those things are.
All right, that works. Vans or flip-flops?
Vans.
And if you were dared, would you rather skydive or swim with sharks?
Skydive.
All right. And then the last one, would you buzz off all your hair if you would gain a semester's worth of credits with no work needed?
Would I also gain the knowledge?
Sure.
Like instantaneously?
Yes, but your hair would be gone.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd do that.
Makes sense.
All right.
That's like
all I got.
that's the most money, because like a semester at college is like, depending on where you go, between 10 and
Well-
20K. So that's like an extremely
Well, buzzing off your hair is like a much bigger deal for girls than it is for guys.
Nope. Nope, my hair gets in the way too much. I've considered just cutting it all off.
All right, that's fair. All right.
Good stuff. And so, starting out the actual podcast now, we're going to start out with our bombastic word of the day. Now, I'm going to give you the definition first, and then I'm going to see if I can pronounce the word, because this is, I believe, the fourth longest word in the English language. So it means the estimation of something as worthless, and it is pronounced floccinaucinihilipilificate. And so,
I'm gonna attempt it.
That's something
Let me
I
attempt.
do every day to other people's opinions.
Let me attempt it this time.
I'm sorry,
because I have yet to
no.
even
I heard you.
attempt it.
What did you do to other people's opinions, Daniel?
I floccinaucinihilipilificate them.
All right, let me try to say this. Floccinaucinihilipilificate. Boom, said it.
Sure.
Good enough.
Yeah, it's close enough. All right, starting off, we got a BuzzFeed quiz. Daniel?
All right. And to clarify, this is not a BuzzFeed quiz, Brent. It is, however,
It's the name of the segment.
living quiz. Whatever.
All right. So,
Choked on a Mike and Ike.
All right, what's the
what are we
title
being
of this
quizzed
quiz?
over?
Yeah.
The quiz, oh, well, apparently it's a game, but play Would You Rather, and we'll tell you what your college major should be.
Huh.
All right.
All right, let's
Are
begin.
we getting the same questions in the same order? Do you know?
I think so.
Would you
Should
rather
be.
eat a taco or eat a burrito? Is that your first?
Yeah.
That's so far.
Okay,
At least.
all right.
Burrito, 100%.
Is the only difference, though, that one is covered?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really should be a hard taco on the left. Because if you just wrap a soft taco, it turns into a burrito.
Yeah.
It's very,
Yeah,
it's
so,
which
so
is-
let's go ahead and clarify. I think I'm going hard taco over a burrito.
burrito. Chipotle burritos are fire.
The only hard taco I'll eat is a Doritos Locos taco. And even so, I'd still take a burrito.
Yeah.
Alright.
To your point, Lindsay, Chipotle burritos are good, but they're still not Qdoba burritos.
Okay, I consider those two the same thing. I like them just. I think Qdoba's just a slightly more spicy. That's the only difference I see in the two.
All right, and there are 30 questions here, so we're going to have to go
Let's get through this.
All right.
decently quick.
Would you rather lose a leg, lose an arm?
Leg, I can't.
Leg.
I feel like
I
a
can't-
leg is easier to have a prosthetic for.
That's what I'm going leg.
All right, would you rather
pee your pants in class or throw up in class? I'm sorry, Lindsay.
Throw up, you can
Yeah.
make it to like the trash can, but for
yeah, I throw up in class.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go throw up in class. I had to think about it though.
I'm about to throw up after this next question.
Would you rather meet Britney Spears or meet Christina Aguilera?
I'm not entirely sure who either people are
Both
besides pop
singers.
sing. Well, I know they're singers, and that's the extent of my knowledge. Who?
Same here. I
We have a
couldn't
picture.
name one
Who's who?
song of them.
That's Britney Spears and that's Christina Aguilera.
All right.
Wait,
we're
is
gonna go with
Aguilera on the
Christina
right?
Is on the
Aguilera.
left, yeah.
I'm not really sure what this has to do with my college major.
I don't see how you don't see how it has everything to do with your college major.
I'm gonna go with Britney Spears because I don't know.
I'll
either.
go with Britney. I'm more familiar with Britney Spears than Christina Aguilera.
I can't even look.
All right.
Next one. What do we got?
Would you rather be hot or be cold? Hot, 100%.
Cold.
Be cold. You could
Definitely
always put on
cold.
more layers.
Yeah, you can't rip your skin off.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could, but
Very metal.
It's
If
just-
you do.
Hot is just comfortable if it's dry. Hot and dry. I like.
oh, that
I
wasn't
like-
as yeah. You didn't say that before.
Oh well.
It's fine. Whatever.
Regardless, cold is miserable.
All right. Next one.
Would you rather love or be loved?
I
Oh.
mean, I'll take be loved because
I'm
I
a-
don't
I'm a
get
lover.
anything by loving.
Yeah,
someone.
I mean it's a good feeling to love something. I'm gonna go with love
I'm
there.
a lover.
Oh, we got a real tough one on the next
it.
one.
Oh my god.
Man, would you rather date Justin Bieber or date Justin Timberlake?
I'm not entirely sure who Justin Timberlake is, but he's giving
He's
me
more
the
of a
look.
man than Justin
He's
Bieber.
giving me the look in the
He's an
picture I
icon.
see, so I gotta go with him.
JT.
Yeah, I'll roll with that. Sure.
You guys are picking the same ones as me. You guys got to get a different answer.
I feel like we're gonna end up with the same degree.
Would you rather know how you're going to die or know when you're going to die?
I'm gonna go with how.
Same how.
Honestly, I don't want to know when. I don't want to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Like,
also,
I
I'm
wa-
going to be thinking about how. But at least it's kind of interesting. When is just more like a okay. I have a time limit now.
Yeah. Win
Okay,
is
the
no fun.
next one is: would you rather wear someone else's underwear or wear someone else's sock after they just worked out?
I'm gonna say socks for the sake of hygiene.
But these other ones, they had to clarify that the sock was used. They didn't clarify that the underwear was used.
I feel
Ooh,
like
nah, that's a good
is.
point.
I'm doing
Okay.
underwear just because they didn't
I feel
clarify.
like the implication is that the underwear's used.
Okay, implication or no implication.
It-
There was not
it's
a
up to you.
clarification.
Well, it also doesn't clarify if the sock is the one they wore while they were working out.
That's a good point. All right. Would you
Taylor,
rather?
you're not telling us what you're picking either.
Well, I was trying to think through like all the non-clarified points. Like it could be a pair of underwear that they had that they just never wore, like a brand new pair of underwear. But that could be the same for the sock. I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm going
Yeah.
sock either way.
Yeah, sock. All right. Would you rather travel to Paris or to London? I'm gonna go with London.
I'm going
Because-
London.
That's
Same.
I'll have to go-
London's a cool place.
London too.
My
I want to
sister's been
like
there.
switch different from you guys, but I got to keep the quiz honest.
Yeah, I've been to Paris and it was kind of underwhelming. I'm gonna be honest.
Really,
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
that a lot from people.
Taylor? Which one did you pick? Do you pick
London.
London?
Yeah.
Fun
Even though they don't really
highlight
like
of
us.
Paris was seeing that fountain in front of the Louvre, where that first scene of Team America shot.
All right, moving on. Would you rather
Also, the
be
pic-
famous or be
lighting
ignored?
up's pretty cool.
100%
I'm gonna-
famous.
I was gonna
Because
say
then I
I'm
can get Will
hypothesizing-
Smith on this podcast and he won't turn me away.
I would rather be
It
ignored.
all circles back to Will Smith.
It really does.
What'd you say, Taylor?
I'd rather be ignored, honestly.
I think I could maintain privacy while being, to a degree, maintain privacy while being famous. I think I'll go
See,
famous.
I'm gonna go with I want to go with
totally
being
ignored would be
ignored, but however, if I do that, I'm almost betraying the podcast because I'm sure you guys want some success, but I'm going to click be ignored.
Shoot, we're screwed.
Oh, am I saying
All right.
this
Would you
one?
rather be able to fly or be able to turn invisible?
Fly.
Fly.
Whoever picks invisibility is just stupid. Flying is such a better power.
I'm going
pick-
with invisibility.
You're
Same
stupid.
Because
Oh
you know
my
what?
goodness.
You can fly, but it doesn't say that you can breathe easily in those upper levels of the atmosphere.
At minimum,
And see,
I put
with all the
Chris
bugs
Angel
getting in
out
your
of a
eyes.
job, and I'm the best magician that ever lived. So, boom.
All right, would you
As we all
rather?
know, if everyone could fly, eventually, like, someone who's, really big is just going to be a human cannonball through the air.
Oh.
It's like-
Yes, hopefully quicker than 75 miles per hour.
all right.
Hot
Would you
sauce or
rather-
soy sauce?
On everything.
On everything.
Hot sauce.
Oh,
I really don't like soy sauce, so I'm gonna go hot sauce.
I'm gonna go soy sauce.
It doesn't
I'm
say
torn.
how much.
Because soy sauce is, on everything it might be a little too salty, but at the same time, I'm still a little bit scarred from the Carolina Reaper.
Oh, don't bring that back up.
I'm still gonna go hot sauce. Some hot sauces are still pretty good. All right. Would you rather travel to space or go to the bottom of the ocean?
Space is very vague, and it could be literally anywhere. So
Okay. I would be ecstatic to go anywhere in space.
Yeah.
The bottom of
Yeah.
the ocean is terrifying.
Oh,
I agree.
I know, but wouldn't that be a little
Megalodon lives
more?
there.
Wouldn't you be like more? I don't know. I feel a little more prideful about like being able to visit the bottom of the ocean and return rather
But-
than travel to space.
Oh my! It doesn't say. It says anywhere in space, so you could literally go to like another galaxy and be the first human in that galaxy.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's more like for people telling the story about like visiting the bottom of the ocean, they could wrap their minds around it a little more, so that it'd be a better story to tell.
Well, the bottom of the there's a lot of cool things down there. I also feel like it's potentially like a little more dangerous, but not just that, you can barely see anything. So you just have this little
Exactly.
cone of light out from
Yeah.
your submarine. So you have a very small window. In space, you can see a lot. Like, just the scenery is going to be incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get
it's,
to meet aliens.
it's difficult for me,
who
but I
will
will
tell
probably
you to
go
get rid of
space.
daylight savings.
That
We're
being
doing
said,
a bunch of throwbacks to other podcasts. for
Shout
you
out
dedicated
to our other
listeners.
episodes.
all right, but we are only halfway through.
I
this
was just
quiz,
gonna
man.
say we're gonna have to. We're just gonna go
I mean,
through.
we're not on a time limit, but this is.
If you
this is a
have
long
something
quiz. I
funny
didn't
to
even look
say,
at it.
pick it, and we can just list off the choices. So runny nose or stuffed nose? Stuffed.
Constantly. Stuffed nose.
Definitely stuffed.
Yeah, I'll go with stuffed.
Would you rather listen to "It's a Small World After All" on repeat or Bop?
It's
I don't know what that.
Bop, bop, bop.
Oh, definitely that.
Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, bop, bop, bop.
All right. 10 layers of fake eyelashes at a time or 12-inch long nails.
Oh.
I get to become Catwoman with one of these.
Oh, I hate
eyelashes.
both of them. Oh.
Well, shoot, I don't know what fake eyelashes at a time is like, but I imagine that'd be very uncomfortable. At least nails I can avoid, like, putting
I
them,
hate
or
both
hitting
of
them on
these.
stuff. I'm gonna go with the nails.
Same here.
All right. Never eat avocados or never eat peanut butter again. 100%
Never eat
avocados.
I gotta go avocados.
Yeah.
Who likes
I
avocados
love
enough?
avocados.
But better than peanut
This
butter?
next
No, I
one.
did click avocado.
Yeah, okay. All right. Would you rather have tongues for fingers or a finger for a tongue?
Oh.
Finger for a tongue. I gain an ability with that.
No, it's just weird. But at least I'm not tasting everything I touch.
Yeah.
They're all. Both situations are very strange. But you could, like, not talk and no one would notice. But you also lose your sense of taste if you.
You're putting too much thought into this. We don't have time for your thoughts. All right.
We have as much time as we want.
We have all the time in the world.
Ignoring the hard.
I know you lose
lab
a sense of
cuff.
taste, and that's sad. I still don't want to taste everything I touch.
Exactly.
Finger for tongue. I guess I get the degree. Eternal
right.
thirst or eternal hunger? Hunger for sure.
I'm gonna go with. See, at that point, you're just in misery no matter what. So I'm just gonna go with thirst because hunger sucks.
Yeah, hunger is like kind of painful, but thirsty just makes you like miserable everywhere. Hunger's a little more localized, so I'm going hunger.
I'm going hunger too.
All right, best friends with Meghan Markle or Kate Middleton. I don't know either of these people, but person on the left seems friendly. Who is Markle, whoever that is.
Yeah, just based on the pictures they chose for them, the one on Kate Middleton kind of looks like she's trying to trick me.
She almost looks like she'd be like super sweet at first, but as soon as you like got to like a more isolated area, she completely like just be super rude.
All right.
No offense to you, Kate Middleton. Just this is a picture.
Jump really
Yeah, I
high
don't
or
know.
jump really far.
It's a toss up.
With jump really far, you could almost get super speed. So I'm going far.
True.
Oh,
Far, but you might as well run. I want to go with high.
Well, but you
'Cause
can
then you
jump
could-
really far.
Yeah, but then you could also like integrate a quick run before you jump high, and you'd still be able to go far.
All right.
I
We're
think jumping
high.
really high would be cooler.
Yes.
We're extremely short on time for this first segment, as in we're already like 5 minutes over average. So these next ones we're literally just going to list them off, and you can say what you picked. Act or sing?
That's
Act.
what we're doing
Same.
right now.
No, but we're still doing like descriptions. Handstand or backflip? Backflip.
Backflip.
Red wine or rosé?
Red.
Rosé
I'd rather
sounds fancier.
handstand
Red.
personally. Red.
Stove or oven? Live without.
Oven. Live without oven.
Oh man.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm gonna go without an oven.
I'm going without a stove.
Purple
Can't
lipstick
bake my
or red
cookies.
lipstick?
Neither.
Red.
Purple.
Have 10 dogs or 10 cats?
Dogs.
I'm gonna
Cats.
pick
Dogs.
cats. If you have that many cats, or if you have that many dogs,
Be
they're gonna
smart
bother
or be funny.
well, I'm
Too
already
bad
both
on
of
both.
these, so
I knew Bro was gonna say it. I tried to beat him to it.
All
He's
right.
humble too.
And the most important one: B. Kim Kardashian's personal assistant, or Paris Hilton's personal assistant? I don't know who Paris Hilton is.
I don't know either of these.
I'm gonna pick Paris
Kim
Hilton.
Kardashian, because she was the first one.
Yeah.
Business major.
Business major. Okay.
English
Business
major.
major.
So we have
Wait,
three.
hold on now. We've got 4 engineers here.
Yeah.
Right?
4 engineers.
And we
Transfers
all
into
got-
3 business. Ooh, the picture for business is like some girl with glasses with a laptop. So she's totally computer science, but they just don't tell you that.
Well, I am.
Oh,
the
Excuse
English
me as I
one.
go change.
But there
my
are also
business- my major to
paintbrushes.
business.
The English person is
Literally.
hiding their face behind a book, so that's
So they
true.
just read. That's all they do with their lives.
apparently.
That's accurate though. I read all the time.
All
Well,
right. That
so
was.
it's good to know that you don't fit in on the podcast.
Oh, great.
It's good to know that
Jeez, Brent.
we all picked the wrong majors.
Yeah, I
I
guess I just got to start over.
Yeah, Paris Hilton just should have shown me the way. What are you doing, Paris Hilton?
Because I like.
you know,
there
that
were
was the
some
thing.
that-
Is if we had picked Paris Hilton, it would have given us all engineer majors.
I feel like that's rigged. So I'll give us all business and
Rigged.
some English.
All right, final opinion. Quiz is rigged.
Yep,
Rigged.
doesn't work.
Rigged.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go into our bombastic quote. This one is from L. Frank Baum, who is the writer of The Wizard of Oz. And how very wet this water is. All right, Taylor, you've got
Well
the
said.
hypothetical for us?
All right. So hypothetically, so is everyone aware with like that Ronald Reagan had that Star Wars program like in the yonder years?
Yes.
You guys know what that is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, it was basically a conspiracy theory that he like put like this gigantic machine up in outer space that used nuclear weapons to deter other people, like can shoot rockets down, whatever. So he actually didn't do that, but hypothetically he did. All right. And so he was keeping this on the down low so that people couldn't prove that he did it. So therefore, this machine up in outer space has not been maintained and it suddenly exploded. Like nuclear radiation is flying everywhere. But it's not harmful, hypothetically. So everyone on Earth is just like starting to mutate, but they only get this one ability, and the ability is to teleport. But the stipulation is every time you teleport, you lose a bit of yourself. And that bit of yourself is proportional to the size that you are at the time. So like I guess
So
the
like a
What?
fifth, like about 5% of you or something like that.
5% is a lot.
That's a lot. That's a max 20. Well, no.
Well,
sure.
it's
a little less each time.
It's
Yeah.
exponential decay.
Still decay. Yeah.
E to the negative 0.05 t. No.
Something like
So
that.
my question is like, so when I teleport, like, what? First off, what percentage is it? And so like, do I lose like my left leg every time I want to teleport? Except it's less and less of my left leg.
No, it's a random
Each
part
time?
every time.
Okay.
And I don't know the percentage, but we can say it's like 0.2. Does that sound like a good percentage?
0.2%.
0.2%.
I'm teleporting everywhere. Forget walking. Like,
Yeah,
I can do without.
Here's the thing.
0.2%.
I could lose 0.2% of my heart, and I think my body potentially could recover.
probably.
All right, let's just let's take it to 1%.
Well, I was gonna a solid 1%.
Yeah, solid 1.
So I'm trying to think of something. So you have 216 bones in your body, I think, and so theoretically you lose 2.16. Let's just say one time you lost 2.16 bones of your body when you teleported, which
Why don't we just do size instead of worrying about like what part of you? Because that's so randomized.
so-
Why don't you
so
just do size?
it is.
You just
it's a
you
percentage.
just shrink proportionally.
Yes.
Oh wait,
That's
what?
Yeah,
I'm
your
getting
mass
smaller?
and size you get smaller by a small percentage every time you do it. Because wouldn't that be more of a consistent?
I'm never gonna do that then.
No,
though.
it's more like you actually lose a bit of yourself. So it would be at the spot, like whatever chunk of you went missing is actually at the spot that you teleported from. Like it's just there. There's random body parts like on the ground all the time.
That's we need a new branch of social workers for that. But so one question I have is, when would people use this? When do you need to get somewhere so quick that you're willing to lose like 1% of yourself?
Well,
I mean,
guess-
maybe like you had flight delays or something because of storm or what have you, and
Yeah.
there's something really important that you got to get to.
I'm like life or death situation. Let's say Freddy Krueger's after you. Granted, Freddy Krueger would be chasing you in a dream, so it probably wouldn't help that much. But you could. So if someone's chasing you, you could easily get away. So crime rates have gone down, but hospitals have been needed a lot more because people are losing parts of themselves.
Criminals can also transport.
That's a good point.
So.
Are we? I zoned out for a bit, so forgive me. But are we still doing you lose parts of yourself, or you shrink proportionally?
Parts of
You
yourself.
lose parts of yourself.
Okay, that's my bad.
So prisons are useless because you can't hold anyone anywhere.
Right, and criminals can get to and from where they need to be. Like, technically, they could teleport themselves into a bank. I mean, the only thing is people would be able to tell exactly who it was because you'd leave behind DNA.
Yeah, that's a good point. Crime work would be really easy if you decided to teleport.
Yeah, but how are you going to keep them?
Yeah,
once you catch them?
Death penalty is the
only
absolute option. But it's like I'm thinking bank vaults would have to be like regulation half a foot tall so that someone couldn't teleport in, and you just have a really long pole and like you like rake the money towards you. And that's how, like, vaults and really anything would have to be designed so that you, like, because you could train a child that's really small to, like, teleport into vaults and such.
Well, yeah, but what happens if you, like, you have a baby and this infant tries to teleport, like, somehow knows how to teleport instantly? Like, what if, like, they don't realize that they're losing part of themselves, but there's also this new thing that they're trying to discover for themselves.
I think Brent raises an interesting point there, because in a world where everyone could teleport, I think the world leaders would ultimately floccinaucinihilipilificate all physical currency. And so all transactions would be done through the digital world.
Okay. But would we have even developed internet, though? Because, like, why do I need to digitally send something to somewhere if I can literally just, like, have some guy take it there, like, in person?
Well, because
they're losing a part of themselves, but it's for the good of society. Like, it's like a draft. Like, everyone has to serve their country by performing X amount of teleportations for it.
So what I'm seeing, because at this point, by the time Ronald Reagan was president, like, the development of computers was already pretty well on its way.
Okay, yeah, good point.
And so rather than lose 1% of your body somewhere, I think people would more likely still try to avoid that as much as possible.
But 1% of your body, you could regenerate that within like 6 months or something.
I mean,
as long as it's not an important 1%.
Maybe, but if there's one thing I know about the American people, it's that we ignore safety hazards.
That's a good point.
I don't use my blinker every day.
Oh.
Whoa.
Hold on. I don't think we can post this. I don't know what the statute of limitations are of not using a blinker. So we might have to archive this one for the far future.
Rip.
And then also there's no limit on teleporting. So it's like sending someone to the moon. That's pretty easy. It's like.
So if you were to teleport right back where you left your last piece of you, would you regain it?
Well, it's apart from you, so if you know how to reattach it, then sure.
Would you be teleporting to that spot again because you just lose another part of you trying to go back?
This is not a good strategy because every time
I know,
you're
but what if you
something.
teleport and you lose something very, very vital, and obviously your first instinct is to try to go back?
Teleport? Oh man, I lost my brain. I need
to... Yeah, I mean, you could just lose all functionality just like that.
That is a good point. There's definitely high risk to it, because what percentage of the brain is your body mass?
I mean, what if the 1% part of you lost was like the middle of your brainstem?
that would kill you. That would be quite the unfortunate end.
It's not fun.
Like just imagine people are trying to teleport themselves to an important business meeting, and then they just appear there, and their body just collapses immediately.
And that would be the worst practical joke to play on anyone. You just, like, appear in a room and fall over dead. That would be the most terrifying thing ever. Because, like, that would happen. Because you could work out the statistics of if 1% of you was lost, what percent of the time is that fatal? If it's a random percentage. So let me do a quick combination formula here. 2 exponential over that's like 7.
What's really cool about this is, like, especially if you're in high school and you go to lunch, you're like, man, the food here is not good at all. But
China's got
I could just go to Steak and Shake.
Or, yeah, I suppose you don't have to go to China. Steak and Shake's got good food too.
You gotta go big or go home. If
exactly. If I'm losing 1%, I'm going to get like a crepe from France. I'm not going to Steak and Shake.
Sometimes that garlic steak burger is just all that you need.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, unless it was like needed to save someone's life or something, I don't think I could be convinced to ever do it.
Okay, so final thoughts. You're never gonna do it unless it's life or death situation. I'm giving myself like once per year, like whatever I want to do, use of it, because I can regenerate 1% of myself within a year as long as it's not vital. Hopefully it's not. And I live life on the edge. I'll do it once per year for whatever. Daniel?
Yep, I can roll with that. I think I would teleport here and there now and again.
Taylor?
I think I'd use it only for emergencies, except for like very few times, because like I don't know, airfare gets pretty pricey sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that is a good point
because it's free teleportation.
like you'd literally weigh it's like a chance of my life versus the like $2,000 plane ticket to wherever. Wow. All right. Well, I think that will wrap up the hypothetical for us. Taylor, you have our ad break for us.
Oh yeah, this episode of We Bombastic Few is brought to you by the calculator campfire for when you just need to, burst into flames in the middle of class. Just type in 0/0. Yeah.
Wow.
Those indeterminate forms will really get you.
And sometimes when they really crank that AC up, that's exactly what I need.
Yeah, just to spontaneously burst into flames.
When you sit in right under that air vent, oh, that's the worst.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Thank you for Calculator Campfire for sponsoring this episode.
Now it's time for crazy current events.
Everyone's favorite.
Daniel, would you like to read yours first?
I sure would. Now, I haven't read this article through, but the headline fascinated me. A walrus defending her cubs sank a Russian Navy boat in the Arctic Ocean.
Wait, say that one more time?
From CBS News, September 24th, 2019, a walrus defending her cubs sank a Russian Navy boat in the Arctic Ocean.
How big do walruses get?
And how big was this boat?
I mean, a Russian Navy? Well, let's see. Humans have long known that it's inadvisable to mess with Mother Nature, and as a group of researchers from the Russian Geographical Society just learned, it's also apparently inadvisable to mess with a mother walrus. The scientists were aboard a Russian Navy tugboat. That's probably like... How big is a tugboat?
A tugboat is
small.
like a rowboat size. Is what I imagine when I hear tugboat.
Yeah, I was imagining like initially like a gigantic war machine.
Yeah, exactly. And the walrus just comes up with its like tusk and it's like, no. Sticks its tusk into the propeller, it like catastrophically fails and just sinks the entire ship.
He comes in like he's Neo in the Matrix and he's like weaving through the hallway dodgeable. Or like, you know what I picture is when Aang is fighting through the warship.
Yes.
But it's a walrus.
I mean, I think the thing we should take away from this story is all our efforts to build warships are in floccinaucinihilipilificate. Hilipilification.
Oh my gosh.
Floccinaucinihilipilificate. All right. By the way, we're doing it differently. Everyone has a crazy article for us. Lindsay, what do you got?
Mine is titled "Thieves Steal $5 million Gold Toilet from Britain's Belheim Palace."
Ooh. So this is pure gold then.
Yeah,
The toilet.
Yeah, the first line says burglars have stolen a fully functional 18-karat gold toilet.
Oh, 18 karat.
From the
I mean, that's basically worthless. I only use 24 karat gold toilets.
Whatever.
Personally.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, my first question, gold isn't very dense, so I guess it wouldn't be that heavy to get out. But, like, just in terms of normal use, gold is also a soft metal.
Yeah, it has to be an alloy of some sort.
It would degrade. Like, you'd get gold butt. That's unknown,
it's
lesser
a
known
treasure
sequel to the James Bond movie Goldfinger, Gold Butt. Is it good? I'd recommend it.
However, I mean, I know you said it's probably going to degrade, but it looks like recorded that more than 100,000 visitors have used it.
Wow. 100,000 gold butts.
Wait, hold on.
MI6.
This isn't even locked to the public. Anyone can go in and use the gold toilet?
Yes.
Well, why don't people just go in and take shavings?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys aren't referring to it by its actual name. You guys just call it gold toilet. Any guesses to what the name is?
Roger.
Brett. What's your guess?
The royal seat. The royal flush.
Oh wait,
Taylor,
hold on.
what's your guess?
The throne of glory.
That's pretty good.
Nigel. It has to be Nigel.
It's named America.
Wow. This article thrown out. Can't use it anymore.
Shoot.
Why is it thrown out?
Because communism is bad. All right.
It's so funny.
All right. So for mine, I got Missouri bar charges customers by the hour instead of by the drink. What do you guys think of that?
Oh no.
I think that definitely should not be at any college town because that would be a bad idea.
What's the rate?
It says they've got different price plans depending on what type of drinks you want, but the average is $10, which is pretty cheap.
That's very
by
cheap.
the hour. It's
I
in
feel like
St.
that's
Louis, by the way.
Extremely cheap.
So, do they set a limit on you?
No, it
It's
says-
unlimited by the hour. That can't be a good business strategy. I can't imagine they make very much money based on my college and knowing the amount of alcoholics that live here.
Does anyone know what an average beer costs?
Off the top of my head, with inflation, at least 72 cents. But you got to add the cost of the bottle, which is another $2, and then you got to add the cost of the cap, which is $2.75.
Which means you don't know.
Which averages about $5.
So does it describe if it's more like a tier system where
Yeah, well, it says it has different plans according to what drinks you want.
Well, yeah, but is there a set
it
different
gives
kind of
me
plans?
$10 average. That's the number it gives me.
That's just strange. That's strange.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's a very short article.
Hey, but it's got an Instagram picture.
It does. This bar does not look like it could hold more than 30 people, though.
Yeah. Well, here's something that says a study shows that the median price of beer at a Chicago bar is $6. That's not St.
close.
Louis, but that's
Yeah, it's good enough. So even if you just have 2 within an hour, which is not unreasonable by any means, you've lost money. Because there's no way beer isn't the lowest tier.
I mean, I
And
can
10's
see
the
it.
average.
Now you said there's not much in there.
No, there's not much space in this bar. It's pretty small.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I was gonna say if they had something else in there, like an arcade or
Yeah.
mini golf or something, I could see people if people were spending a lot of time there.
It looks
What
like they
if-
might dip into karaoke, though, based on
What
the setup.
if they hire a very, very easily distracted bartender and that everyone just talks to them or like pulls them away, and it takes them over an hour to get their drink.
Oh, that's a good point. I wonder if, well, that's taken into
Okay,
it.
but then no one's gonna come back because they have bad service.
Yeah.
But not if like the bartender gets distracted because people keep wanting to talk to him or her. It's like, oh, bartender's a cool person. I'm gonna go talk to him again. But it's gonna cost me $10 an hour.
Yeah, imagine being the bar. People are just paying money just to talk to you. They don't even order drinks. They're just like, you know what? I want to talk to this guy.
Time is worth money.
Oh, yeah, time's worth money. All right. Well, I have mine pulled up, and the title also intrigued me. It says, Australia bars entry to Vietnamese woman for failing to declare raw pork. Yeah.
What?
How raw are we talking? Are we talking like in the pig still, or?
It says that this woman had 22 pounds of raw pork, seafood, and poultry.
How do you not?
How
does that get through security?
It didn't. I mean, they kicked her out.
But like, no, but she got to Australia, so it made it through the Vietnamese airport. So
interesting. They said the reason for this was there's a devastating African swine fever going around right now, and Australia has a $5.4 billion pork industry. So,
wow, some hard facts for you right there.
Yeah, but this woman is
facts.
45 years old and decided to fly in on Saturday into Sydney with 4.6 kilograms of pork and smaller amounts of quail, squid, pate, raw eggs, and garlic, of all things, in her luggage.
So was she planning on making a feast, like, in the air? Was she planning on traveling a lot?
I don't know.
She wanted to start a restaurant in Australia, Brent, and the cost of meats in Australia is just outrageous nowadays.
Especially those places that you pay by the hour. I mean, don't even get me started on those.
Oh man, they know how to get you with their schemes
and poor service and their karaoke. Like, you'll be in there for days.
Don't even get me started on the go-karts.
I would pay so much money to go to a bar with go-karts, but I guess could just go to a place with go-karts.
I would fear for my life.
Oh, that's a good point. It's like a crash arena.
Yeah.
Who can have the best crash?
Oh my gosh.
All right. I think that'll pretty much wrap up crazy current events. So, Daniel, you want to close us out here?
Sure thing. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever is good for us on your medium of listening. Please do it. Tell your friends.
We need it.
My child is starving.
Our egos are deflating. Help us.
Which is a lot coming from Brent. If his ego's deflating, we really need
1%,
some.
But it's still.
Any last thoughts?
Well,
Taylor, what do you have to say about the podcast?
Well, I am a dedicated listener. I listen to every single episode. I don't hear any applause. There should be applause for that one, honestly. Thank you. But
I was going to applause, but I thought Brent might be making you say this too.
No, honestly, it's very entertaining for me. I listen to it whenever I can. But it's been really fun on the podcast. It's completely different than listening to it.
Yeah.
For sure. It's been great to have you here. And as an aside, Taylor is actually the fan who submitted our first piece of fan art. You can see that on our social media.
Second round of applause.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
That almost deserves 3 rounds of applause. But we don't. No, we don't have the budget for that. We don't have the budget for that. We're gonna have to cut it.
Just
It was 2.5.
All right. Brent, any final thoughts?
Well, Taylor, thank you for joining us on the podcast. Final thoughts. Will Smith, I'm still listening. Mom, shout out to you. I've forgotten. I'm sorry, but shout out. Thanks for listening.
I was gonna shout out Brent's mom.
Well, you still can. She'll like that too.
I don't have any final thoughts now.
All right, I think I'm good.
For me, not much. I think this episode went well. We appreciate Taylor coming out, and maybe she'll have to join us again. if any of our listeners want to be a guest, then you should be sure to leave a comment or email us or whatever you want to do. And right back to you, Daniel.
All right.
Must be an engineer.
Because Brent said I could, I am also going. Brent's mom.
Brent's
Thank you guys
mom.
listening. And with that, I wish you all to have a bombastic week.
Let's go.